Why haven't you watched Solo Leveling? If you like anime, you'll love it. Even if you don't watch anime, you'll still love it. It's like the best starter anime. Just go watch Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is like if you combine the fights of JJK with an MMORPG. It doesn't sound like it should work, but it does perfectly. The story follows our main character, Jingwoo, and he's quite weak. I'm just gonna be honest, he's quite weak. The hierarchy of strength in the world starts from rank E and goes all the way up to rank S. And our main character is right here, rank E. And you might be like, oh, this is like an underdog story of him climbing through the ranks. But no, the hunters, that's what we call them in this world, whatever they are born at, they are stuck at that rank for life. So that means Sun Jin-woo is stuck at rank E, the lowest you can be. This is until they pull a little twist in the first episode. Sun Jin-woo has the ability to level up through the ranks. Something that nobody knows he can do, and that has never been done before in the history of any hunt. So I lied before, it kind of is like an underdog story. You get to see our bro Sun Jin-woo go from rank E all the way to rank S, and it is pretty cool. You're like watching him play a video game, but it's a show. Currently, we are on season 2, I think episode 5. I could be wrong, but we're somewhere in that range. And the story has already developed so much, I had no idea it would go this far. I thought this was just going to be some simple story where he just goes in dungeons and it's really not going to have that big of a plot. But I was kind of wrong. It seems like it's picking up a little bit. I used to say that Demon Slayer would be the best starter anime for anyone who wanted to get into the genre called anime. But honestly, I feel like Solo Leveling has taken that spot because Solo Leveling is so easy to follow and it has such a straightforward story. Basically, all you need to know is that dude is just getting stronger. He's just leveling up. It's literally like a video game. And who doesn't love bright animation, great fights? And Solo Leveling has no shortage of them. The only complaint that I really do have is I feel like the side cast is not that strong. They've spent so much time building up our main character, Jinwoo, that they've kind of slacked in other departments. In this show, we have a bunch of S ranks. I think there's like 9 in the world besides Sun Jinwoo, and they all are kind of getting their own story arcs now. But still, as the time of now, with the episodes that have been out, they haven't really flushed out these characters. All we basically know is that one girl doesn't like smelling hunters, and one of the other dudes, I think he's like her guildmaster. Something went down on the island. That's all we know. But besides that, I don't really have much complaints for Solo Leveling. Alright, enough about that boring stuff. I just really want to talk about the fights. The fight at the end of season 1 when Jinwoo fight Igris, dude, that was like one of the greatest animations I think I've seen in the past year. It was so cool. I was not expecting that in the slightest. Igris really pounded on that man, and I'm not gonna talk. I guess I will. A little spoilers for that fight. I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably seen the show. But anyways, I feel like Igris should have won. Obviously, that was very important to the plot, and Sun Jin-woo couldn't have died there. But still, Igris was stronger astronomically. The way he died too, Sun Jin-woo was just chilling there on the throne and he just randomly just stabs him right in between his armor. All I'm saying though, if Sun Jin-woo didn't have the plot armor, Igris would have won. Also, I am kind of scared they're gonna nerf Igris in the rest of the show. I feel like this is gonna be a kind of continuing plot going forward. Every single time Jin-woo beats an enemy and he gets their soul, I forget what it's called when he's a necromancer, you know, getting his soul as like a soldier for him, they're gonna be weaker. They're just not gonna be as strong as they were when they fought him. This is like the same thing that happens in shows, like when the villain joins their side, they're always so much weaker than they were when they fought the main character. We are kind of seeing that a little bit with Igris. We saw that in like the first couple episodes of season 2. The ice elf, I really don't think it should have taken Jinwoo and Igris to beat him. I feel like Jinwoo probably could have done that by himself. But at the same time, I don't know how the power scaling in that world's work. The newest guy is like stronger than the next one. But with that being said, I feel like that's a really cool twist on it. The fact that he is a necromancer and he just has his own army, like that's kind of sick. It also just means that we don't really have to deal with fighting the ads for that long. He mainly just goes for like the main dude and his army just fights everyone else. It's pretty damn cool. And also another reason I can appreciate Solo Leveling is because there's not much fan service in it. Now, I don't know if there's a lot more fan service later down the line, but as where I am in the anime right now, there is not many. And let me tell you, there is nothing that turns me off from a show more than fan service. That's why I love shows like Attack on Titan. They literally do none of that. They're plot just carries. They don't need to captivate the audience with random fan service in a moment that totally doesn't need it. And Solo Leveling kind of does the same thing. How fan service affects anime should probably be in another video in its entirety, but I'll only talk about it a little bit right now. Also, the last thing I want to talk about is a little bit of a spoiler, so just be aware. I thought it was really cool that they made Sun Jinwoo like a mythical beast or whatever. They just made him not human. And I always really like that aspect in stories when like their father is like a different version and they're not really a human, but they're like the people that they're fighting. It is kind of cool. You see it in every single anime. You see it in Bleach. You kind of see it in Naruto, but you normally just see that trope in anime. And honestly, I really do appreciate it because I do like it. But yeah, it almost just makes the story way more exciting than it would have been than if he was a regular human. And I really do appreciate that. Anyways, we made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. My videos haven't really been getting that many views recently, so if you somehow made it to the end, I really do appreciate you and consider subscribing because I swear I make good content. And anyways, if you could take anything away from this video, please go watch Solo Leveling.